It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. First up, Jake Paul, 185 centimeters tall with a reach of 193 centimeters. And across the ring from him, Rocky Marciano. He's 5 foot 10 inches tall, one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live. Undefeated.
Oh my goodness, look at the reach difference there. That reach is going to be an absolute nightmare to deal with, because if that jab is used and that right hand is followed, there is going to be a problem tonight.
Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico. Rocky Marciano, the Brockton Brawler himself, one of the greatest fighters of all time. A sparkling record and one of the best to ever do it.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner,
from Cleveland, Ohio in the United States, here is the battle-ready cruiserweight and popular social media superstar, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul.
Fighting out of the blue corner, here is a Hall of Fame legend from Brockton, Massachusetts, a Ring Magazine world champion, and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the Brockton blockbuster, Rocky Marciano.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Close the door, close the curtains. This is it. Let me enjoy myself right now.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready. Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. I'm trying to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name? You can't even hear your corner man whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Looking to land the hook. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Oh, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
The left jab is landing at will. Perfect counter shot. Both of these men showing exceptional chin. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jake Paul. We've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on there. And that's what he's going to try and do. Tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not yet.
Oh my God, Johnny! And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. That could never happen.
That counter shot lands. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Counterpuncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of that sport.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them. More than happy.
That jab doesn't find a home. Back and forth they go. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. I promise. Let's get it started in round 3. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Beautiful counter shot. This fighter has that swarmer's mentality, taking away an opponent's reach, getting on the inside, and just banging and banging and banging.
You are fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp. Concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance your dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving them a chance to have it.
Marciano was supposed to be the one knocking this guy out. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Which fighter will say no mas? That jab misses. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fight is all about distance for this man, and you can see he's using that length advantage.
You cannot beat a good old-fashioned long jab. Nobody can get past that.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Do you believe what we are seeing? We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? A much better game plan here.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. And around. Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the fifth. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Fantastic punch. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
Right hook catching air. Counter punching. It's all offense all the time. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance without a doubt.
On to the sixth round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
They have no respect for each other's punching power. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
They exchange punches. These punches coming from every angle. Swing and a miss with the jab. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jake Paul in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Here comes round 7. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
There's a counter shot. They threw the hook. It didn't land. So much for defensive abilities. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than I could.
This with that jab. And this with that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Jake Paul. And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Marciano, few have been better. One of the greatest of all time.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punched him, you just run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's gonna be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's gonna have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.